guys, welcome back to HartLabs. Today we will see global variables and local variables in Python. Basically, how to define them, how to access them, and how to use them effectively in our code. We will see them one by one. Okay, so first of all, we will go with local variables, then we will move ahead with global variable. Okay, so let's take a very good example of a prime minister and chief minister. Let's say chief minister is a different function, like for every state there's a chief minister assigned, so consider it as a function for different states. So they have allotted a role, so they will not gonna access outside the function. Okay, they have limited scope. A state has been functioned, and inside that state the chief minister have been allocated. They cannot be accessed outside the function. Okay, so that means the data has been secured. Okay, it will be limited within that function only. It will not get outside the function. So the first thing is the variable will gonna assigned inside the function or defined. Okay, limited scope, so it will be limited to that state only. Okay, which also secures the data encapsulation. Okay, now we will take a different example, like this example of prime minister and chief minister will run throughout the uh, our lecture, while we will take a practical example, a different example, ATM transaction for particular local variable. Okay, so as you guys can see this in our screen. Okay, so we have a ATM transaction where balance have been given, the total balance of the user, and the amount the user have withdrawn from the account. So the amount has been subtracted and the balance amount, and it is giving the balance amount. So balance is your local variable. It doesn't have existence out of this particular function. Okay, we will do this example practically also. First, understand the theoretical part. Okay, first let's complete the theories, then we will move to the practical parts. Now let's comes to global variables. Now what is global variable? So global variable, basically it get defined outside the functions. Again, the same example, prime minister, they look over entire states, manages all the chief minister. Okay, so a global variable is declared outside any function, as you can see on the screen, and it can be accessible everywhere in any function. Okay, and if you want to modify, the global variable, we can use global keyword inside a function, and we can modify the value accordingly as per needed. So let's take the example for this also. So store inventory, let's say we have a store. So in total we have 100 store stocks. Okay, doesn't matter what items it is. Okay, so inside the this sell items is a function which manages how much items has been sold. Okay, we are using global keyword to modify the store stock. Okay, items sold, how much items sold uh, in a day, let's say 5 items got sold. So store stock minus items sold, print sell items, we have called the function. So the total inventory has been modified. Now 95 items are there. So now why is this? Now your if you have multiple functions, so the global values will get updated for all the functions. Okay, which will help the other functions also. Like after sale, the salesman will also be updated that okay, 95 items are there. Okay, the managers or the others, so you can manage the inventory accordingly. You can update everyone accordingly. Okay, the real time update. So you don't have to uh, keep updating everywhere. One time it got updated globally, it will be reached out to everyone automatically. Okay, then okay, all the practical examples we will see. Okay, I'm not just verbally explaining. I will We will gonna see these examples. So what is the difference between global versus local? Okay, so basically global is get defined outside the function and local inside the function. Scope of global variable: if you have any kind of application or program, so throughout the program that global variable gonna exist, and while local variable only inside the function. Global variable, yes, you can access. Local variable, no, you cannot access, only if you have the access. Okay, modification: yes, you can modify the uh, global variable, where in local variable you cannot modify. You can modify only within the function. Okay, not outside. Now we will take a example of global and local variable in the same uh, code, a game score system, an example of game. So a total score of player will be global value, and level wise score will be local value. So total score set to 0, play level, so level wise. So level score is 50, which is local value. We again used global keyword to keep updating the total score of the player. So total score plus the level score, print total score. Simple as that. Now, when to use local variables? When basically data is needed inside a single function, independent function, and you don't want to do any kind of changes. You want to prevent the accidental changes to data or to global data. So for these things, you will use local variables. And when to use global data? When you want to share the data across multiple function. So go for that, a persistent value, value which you want to keep running throughout the function no matter what. So entire program. So these two reasons are there for global variable usage. So what is the key takeaways we have took out of this? That local variable get defined inside a function. They are temporary and safe, whereas global, they run throughout the program and they get shared among various functions. Okay, and global keyword, the use of global keyword is only to update the global variable inside a function. Okay, so this what we have understood theoretically. Now we will see everything practically. Okay, so let's move into our code base. So here we are to our code base. Let's start with the banking system. So we'll define the function dev ATM transaction. Okay, So we'll say balance equals to 5,000. This is our local variable. Then the amount which we are taking out, so amount equals to 1,000. So balance minus equals to your amount. Print remaining balance in the ATM. So we'll say balance, and we'll just call the function without any parameters, because this function is with default parameters. There is no parameter inside the function. So remaining balance is 4,000. Can see, you all can practice this. If there will be any doubt, you guys can just comment below. Okay, and you can ask your doubts, any doubts with respect to any our past videos, and any topics that you have, or already you're going with any of the videos. If any you have any doubts, just comment us. Okay, now we will take example for global variable. Okay, so what was the example? Store inventory system. So we'll say store stock our global value. So let's say 100. So this is global value, basically variable which is holding the value. So def sell item. So this is item. This function updates your that how much item have been sold and how much have been left. So global store stock. So it sells the item and keep updating your global variable. So here we are declaring to modify or keep updating the global variable. Okay, so item sold, item sold equals to 5. So store stock item sold. Here we are updating the global variable. Print stock after the sales. So we'll call store stock. Okay, and we're gonna create one more function, def check stock. Okay, let's see what we're gonna do here. We will say print current stock. Okay, and we'll say store stock. So this one we created just to access the global variable, accessing global variable, and also we are verifying it. Okay, so we will call both of them sell item, because sell item is for selling the item only. Okay, and then check stock, and this will check the stock. Okay, so yes, both the functions is getting updated. Now we will take the last example that we had, total score, basically a game example. So a total score of a player, let's say the already score level was 150. Global variable. Okay, so we'll say def play level. Okay, level score equals to 50. Let's say this was the local score, so local variable. Okay, now total. Okay, first we have to call the global keyword and update total score. Now we can do the further things. So total score equals to plus equals to level score. Then we'll say print score in this level. So level score, print total score. So we'll say total score. Okay, and then we will call our function play level. Okay, so this was our examples for all of the codes. Okay, just go with all of these things or the codes, and if there will be any doubt for to anyone, just comment us with any topic, even with this topic and even with our past topics that we have covered till now, and with any of the topic or with any level you are basic level of the Python learning or intermediate or advanced level, you can just drop your comments that if any questions are there, and also let us know whether you are satisfied the way we are teaching, or if you want to give any feedback that we want to improve, so just we will gladly appreciate your feedback. Okay, so thank you, and we will meet very soon.